Hello, Internet. Welcome back to seeing my furious flesh bag and the growing number of boxes behind me. I swear I'm getting there, and I do miss for you guys having this pointed to all my comics. I should work something out. But tonight I wanted to talk about Daredevil Ninja. It's a three-issue mini with Bendis writing and Haynes doing the pencils. If you can tell by the covers, it's done in this very cartoony, manga-esque. Not really, not manga-esque. I don't know, but I don't know, cartoony inspired kind of look, which is funny because it's under Marvel Knights, but more than that, under Marvel Knights, it's supposed to be a Marvel movie production. This is back in the Marvel Knights days, though, so this is before Marvel movies really took off. But I mean, you had the Daredevil movie and whatnot. So I don't know what they were going for here with that. But it's a fun little story. The art really helps because it is probably more cartoony than even your average Daredevil fare. So someone's stolen Daredevil's. He says stick in here, his billy club. And so he's on the hunt for that in New York, but he's tired, so he's just kind of like thrashing down some local joints when some martial artists start attacking him and he can't figure it out. One of them is Vietnamese and then one of them is Japanese, which makes it even weirder for how the story goes. There's a great line in here about half the time I go out, some woman picks a fight with me. What is it? And why does this never happen to Captain America? I just thought it was funny. But I don't know. This story quickly goes to Japan, and we're dealing with Matt being caught up in this bit with the hand and a lot of the mysticism around that. And so much of that is crammed into this third issue with just this narrative dump with like this. It's a picture of this old martial arts royalty guy who's the legend that the hand kind of comes from being explained, and how he had to dress as a handmaiden in order to sneak in to raise his power, and it relates to this myth of the two swords being dipped in a lake to forge Japan. It's just all this crazy stuff, and some of it relates to myths that do exist outside of Marvel. Fiction, but real world fiction. I don't. How do you say that here? That's a weird line to draw. The more I think about it, but you know where I'm going. It's this really cool idea, but you have all that in the front of this book that's being explained while the ninjas and Daredevil, who were fighting before, they're friends now because Daredevil's helping. They had to fight to make sure that he was up to the task. And now they're going back to New York to retrieve the stick because that's where it's been found now. And there's a big fight in LaGuardia, but Daredevil has to miss most of it, and he jumps back in costume, and then like the issue's over, and they have this weird little epilogue, and it's so rushed that I feel like this needed another issue. I didn't hate the story, but my head kind of exploded on this last issue, and it's clear something went off the rails in production. So I don't know. I'd say skip this one if you haven't. Not that it isn't fun. If you love Daredevil, of course you're gonna want to pick something like this up. It's nothing. You could probably get this for $3 somewhere. But it doesn't come together at the end because it got rushed. There's certainly better Bendis Daredevil to be had. So I don't know. Kind of a weird one, but they're not all going to be winners.